Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Camping Business video channel. And we are interviewing today Simon Neal, founder and CEO of CampMap. CampMap creates digital interactive maps for campsites available for all devices. Uh, Welcome, Simon, and good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you. It's wonderful to be here today talking to camping business.
Thank you for being here and thank you for your time and answering to our question. CampMap, who is intended for? For who is intended for?
Yeah, so just to talk a bit more about what Camp Map is, like the name says, it's a campsite map. It's a digital map of the campsite, and the idea was to capture as much information as possible about the campsite in a digital format that can be presented to guests, to campsite managers, or to anybody else who has an interest in the campsite in a really interactive way. So a way that works on any mobile device or laptop or tablet, and where you can see things visually, but also click to find more information and go deeper. So Campsite is a data and mapping platform designed specifically for campsites to present information to guests, to campsites, and any other third-party digital services, that find that information useful in the camping industry.
Okay. As a digital operator, do you think that camping industry now needs more digital solution? And what makes a Camp Map different from its competitor?
It's okay. I mean, the camping industry is like any other. You need to look inside yourself to say, okay, what do I always want to provide in this industry? An example is a campsite. They provide or they need two basic things, which is, they sell a product or a service, which is an experience for the guest inside the campsite. And then, of course, they want to make money from that. They want to generate revenue. So you need to look at that and say, well, can digital, services improve the guest experience for my camp? And can it allow me to make more revenue, either by attracting more guests or making the operation of running a campsite more efficient financially? So I think, like any other industry, you need to look at those two things and maybe some others and see if there are digital solutions, that provide good answers to those two things, then yes, you can use them
Yeah,
freely. And in terms of what makes us different from our competitors,
yeah,
I don't think anyone is really doing exactly what we're doing. I think if you look at just the map itself, there's competition in terms of web developers who make maps for campsites, or graphic designers, or other companies who do kind of simplified web-based interactive maps. But what we're doing is really much deeper. We're building a framework and a foundation digitally to capture not just how a campsite looks like, but all aspects about how it functions. The loads of metadata behind the map that just completely change the way you share information digitally about a campsite. So we're the first to take that really deep approach and go right to the bottom of the issue, which I see in camping is the lack of an ability to share information easily in the digital format. Because nowadays, people want to use their phone to make a booking, they want to use a laptop, and at the same time, they also want choice. And to get choice, you need to make that choice based on information. So we're here as a company to provide that digital information.
great. How do you see the future of the camping industry? And is there a message you want to give to the owners and operators of the sector?
I think it goes back to my previous point that you want to maintain a high level of product and service, which is your guest experience in camping, and then you want to have a nice profitable business at the same time. So I think you may have a nice steady state situation now, but you always need to look to the future and plan ahead. And we've seen these last couple of years all sorts of things have happened that have caused uncertainty in many industries. And I think the more you kind of plan ahead and look to solutions that can help you do that as a business is great. And so that's the message I'd like to convey is, look at what's out there and make sure that you have, a nice plan and are working hard to maintain your services and good revenues.
I see. Well, so what are your expectations for 2022?
Well, in terms of the camping industry as a whole, I think it's going to be good. Last year was actually pretty strong anyway. And this year, the whole globe is having a bit of a release, and I think lots of people are very happy to go camping again. So I think from the industry as a whole, it's going to be very positive. And from us as a company, as a startup for CampMap, it's very interesting this year. Our first year, which was last year, was very much testing the market, testing our product, testing the reaction. And we got great, amazing feedback from that. So we're taking now that input and turning it into to scale, which is to move beyond, our basic product and create something really much more full featured and scalable, which we're working very hard on now. So yeah, lots of great things to expect for this year.
I see. What is your vision so about the Italian world of camping for the next season or currently at the moment? Do you have an opinion? Do you have an advice that you can say to the Italian campsite owners?
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to the previous points that I've made is, focus on creating a great experience in camping. And I think Italy is one of the top ones there in terms of its own geography and location and climate. It's the perfect place. It's next door to Croatia, where we're based. And it's a great place for people to go and have holiday and go camping. And we have a few campsites now in Italy, and it's been a learning experience for us, but also a great experience in terms of sharing the needs of Italian campsites specifically and their guests. And I think this is a big market for us. We're going to be moving more into Italy this year and next year and beyond. So I think it has a very positive future. It has all the foundations you need for a great camping industry. And I think as long as the campsites and the industry, focus on their product delivery, great experience, then it will be very fruitful.
So you see a bright future and a brilliant present for the campsite, for the outdoor vacation and campsite vacations generally in Europe.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, these last couple of years have made people think a lot about what they do on holidays when they can go. And I think there's a big focus moving away from maybe the hotel scene to a more outdoor scenario. And this is where, camping fits perfectly. And it's also adapted, going from just a tent or a camper van or RV to, the mobile home solution, which is basically a luxury hotel room in a campsite. It's a perfect balance and a perfect opportunity to attract new people into camping. So I think camping is only going to go up.
Do you think it's going to be a trend that will consolidate itself for the next years?
Yeah, I mean, I think at some point you can't keep growing forever, but I think certainly it will have a boost because of the recent, things happening in the world that people are looking for new alternatives.
Yes.
And I think, the last season was strong, and I think it was strong because of new people going camping. So
Yep.
you're going to get the old people returning back again this year and next year, and also the new people coming back. So I think it's looking good.
Okay. Last question, Simon. Which are your strongest market, and what are your vision for an expansion, for an eventual expansion in the future?
Okay, it's quite hard to say what our strongest market is at the moment because we're only in our second year. But of course, our home market of Croatia, we have the most amount of camps. But we're very quickly pushing outside of Croatia now. Like I mentioned, we have a few campsites in Italy, we have Austria, Slovenia, one campsite in France. And we're really looking now to push into the big European markets that include Germany, the Netherlands, the UK. And basically all European markets, I think we are very happy to move into. We have a nice way to make maps quickly and efficiently at a nice value proposition for the campsites. So for the next few years, Europe is our focus 100%. But we're also looking to North America, the US, Canada, and Australia, New Zealand will come in the following years because we really want to, offer our services to every campsite we can in the world. That's our big vision, to build this, amazing digital foundation of maps and information that can be shared with the campsites, the guests, booking systems, property management systems, just to make the whole industry work better. Because, knowledge is power. Information is what you need to make clever decisions and provide choice. And that's what we're about as a company, is to build that digital foundation of information for camping.
Great. Simon, this was our last question. We really thank you for your time, your presence, and we wish you the best for you and your business. And we greet all the camping business readers and friends. Thank you very much. Thank you, Simon. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you for your time as
Bye.
well.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
very much.